And welcome to the Bama Geeks podcast, episode number 66. We hope you're doing, as always, extremely well. And as you see, there's somebody who is there, some dude. You haven't seen him in a year, but when you do see him, you know it's time, especially when he's in between the trees.
And
it's time for our, what episode, Jess?
66. It's the Halloween episode.
Yes. So, of course,
I'm only going to do it once, Brock. Please,
go
just let
ahead.
me do it one.
Go ahead.
Execute episode 66.
The Halloween episode.
So, but yeah, for our audio listeners, I don't know if I said his name. Michael Nix is with us. He was on our enthusiastic. If you remember on our Halloween episode last year, he's the guy who can bring you the best ghost stories from all around our state. And so he has willingly and graciously joined us once again, because this will be the last episode that releases in October. So it's time for some ghost stories.
Yay.
But I'm Brock Parker, and on the other side of Mr. Nix is my wife, Jess.
Hello.
Down below is back from Minnesota, Mr. Kevin Gardner. And then
Hi.
And then, of course, Mr. Bo Bearden.
Greetings.
I just have to make this comment. It's killing me. Nixie isn't a Parker sandwich. He's the meat in the Parker sandwich on the on the video. I'm sorry.
I think Nixie's more like potted meat. It's a potted meat sandwich.
Great. So now he's a Vienna sausage too.
I didn't say Vienna sausage.
Armor Star.
Yeah. We'll start naming off all the mystery meats.
Yes.
Well, this has been fun.
Treats.
I mean,
like last year's can of
pass.
weenies.
I couldn't resist. I had to say it. It was in my brain. Sometimes things should just stay in my brain. I get that.
You roll the dice.
Therapy for this.
Yeah, you roll the dice. This is what you get with the Bama Geeks. You never know.
Never know.
But we appreciate you joining us. Before we get started, this is going to be our big Ghost Stories episode. Like we said, Nick's going to bring some fun stuff, show you some great pictures. We have no idea what he's going to be showing us. But before we roll into it, you can join us on social media. I'd love to see you over on Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Just search at Bama Geeks or go straight to it. At Bama Geeks everywhere on social media. And if you're still on Facebook, like us old people are, you can join our online community, the Bama Geeks Front Porch. That's a private group we have set up where we can share all kinds of fun things. Just search that, and that'll bring that up. And we spend just over a half hour with our wonderful Patreon members prior to this. Patreon.com/Bama Geeks. $5 a month. That'll get you some hijinks and some other stuff.
Hijinks and shenanigans.
We can be hooligans, can't we, Nixie?
Sure. I'm always
Oh my.
And I know we have had a new face, so we've had some couple people join the front porch recently. So hey, thanks for joining along with us on that. So yeah.
Absolutely. It's always good to see the growth, and we love interacting and lots of fun stuff. As you know, that we've been going through and talking about Ahsoka. This episode just happens to be Halloween related. So the next episode will bring you our thoughts on the wrap up of Ahsoka. Kevin, the ever predicting correctly gentleman that he is on some things, because he is the Star Wars nut among us. So I can't wait to hear his thoughts. We'll have that for episode 67. Excuse me.
Yes.
But for this one, we're going to do some Halloween stuff. Not a whole lot's been going on with any of us. Kevin, you're safely back from Minnesota.
Yeah, made it back. Yeah.
Good wrap up on the trip there.
Yeah, was a phenomenal trip. Saw Peter Gabriel. Was
I forgot
super. By the
about
way, if you ever get the chance to see that guy in concert, he's incredible. He
Hmm.
puts on a really good show. And the thing is that everybody knows Peter Gabriel. Sledgehammer and some of the other big hits, and he was a lot younger then when he did those hits, and he's done a lot of stuff since then. If you haven't followed his music, and he has got some phenomenal stuff that he has out there. So, obviously his just like any other artist, his the majority of his stuff is kind of concentrated around his newer stuff, right? But that was super fun. I went to the Minnesota Zoo, and
No.
the Minnesota Zoo had the best display of pumpkins that I've ever seen. I'll actually see if I can grab a picture for you guys and just keep talking here.
Yeah.
To kind of give you an idea of what this looks like. But let's just say anybody knows me. Most of you guys know me. I love Halloween. Okay, I love Halloween. Halloween's like I tell people Halloween's my Christmas. They're like, "Why, Kevin? Why do you do all the stuff out in the yard and all this stuff?" It's like, this is Christmas for me. This is all downhill after this. Mariah Carey busts out of her ice crypt, and then she takes over for the rest of the year, right? But in the time that I have Halloween, that's that's my jam. That's everything. Let's see if I can get this thing. Here we go. Okay. And let me see if I can share this. But yeah, Minnesota Zoo was absolutely phenomenal. Dead air time. Let's see. Share screen. Sorry about this, guys. Facebook. Yes. Okay. Allow. All right. And I'll show you. Check that out.
Wow.
Whoa, dude. Oh my gosh.
So
That's amazing.
Amazing.
I mean, anybody that's been to like Boo at the Zoo, at Birmingham Zoo, they always do a really good job. These guys just, I entered the park and just thought that this was going to be just kind of some kind of like, because it was earlier on, it was like before the season started, and you get down to this little hollow like area that like a holler, right? Area of the park that's kind of off in the off to the side, and it's just this I stood in front of this for like 10 minutes.
You have to.
I was just stunned at how good it was. Of course, I spent quite a bit of time on that, but yeah, it was phenomenal. And they had it set up to where they had every season. They started with, it wasn't seasons; it was months of the year, and then they had themed pumpkins, like multiple for every single month. Just kind of illustrating what Minnesota's like at that time of year, like ice fishing and things like that. Tons of like thousands of pumpkins there, carved pumpkins. It was insane.
Wow.
And countless other things that I did that are probably worth mentioning, but my brain is still fried on the trip. But yeah, it was super cool. I would definitely go back anytime. I would love to go back to Minnesota around this time just to go and see that again, because that's
beautiful.
I mean, I just want to go to the folks who organize bats here in Birmingham and go, look what they did.
Yeah.
Do this, do something like this. Because I mean, God, they could probably get artists from Montevallo to help them with the pumpkin carving and stuff. So I don't know. I think it's just probably a lot of it's just organizing it, but that was just jaw-droppingly good. And they had special effects and they had the fog machines rolling, so it looked real haunted house, creepy, Sleepy Hollow feel. It was so
good. The only thing close around here, it may not be as elaborate, but I know Stone Mountain, they do a good thing with like pumpkins and their Halloween stuff. Yeah, their Halloween festival.
And you're talking about pumpkin stuff too. I hope one day that I get to go visit the pumpkin house that's in West Virginia.
Yeah, that's in Fallout 76.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Canova's Pumpkin House in West Virginia.
Yeah, I would love to go see that.
That's beautiful, Kev.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, should be about it for me. I just after you get back from a major trip, you just kind of like sink back into work and get go with the grind. So was probably pretty much my highlight.
Yeah. Well, Bo, you went to a display of different sorts.
Yeah, well, I did some kind of Halloween thing. We took a quick family trip to Legoland, Florida, for the kiddo and his buddy from school. We went down there. Pretty neat. It was neat. Like Legoland was really, if you have a child, say from 3 to 12, maybe 15, if they're the kids, they're not the cool 15-year-olds. They're too cool for it. Like it's definitely a trip I would take care. I mean, even if you're an adult and if you're really enthusiastic about Legos, it's neat. I mean, it's not Disney or Universal, but it's pretty cool. They they had like a little setup of like different rides and type of everything. Like I'm trying to think. Like I'm not crapping on it. Like I enjoyed it. It's just like I said, it wasn't for me. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You're not the targeted.
Yes, exactly. That's it. That's it. No,
you're not the key demo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the key demo. Exactly. I haven't been to key demo in a long time. But no, that's what we were up to. Like I said, first time I've driven to Orlando in a while, and like I told you guys, it was a much better experience than my last time to Orlando. It seemed like it took forever to get down there, but
yeah, we're about to make that trek as well.
yeah.
And you talk about the cool 15-year-olds. My son is about to be 15, and he's like, I don't want to go to Disney. I don't care. I don't like the parks. I don't want to go. And I'm like, you're going. Granted, if we didn't take him, our food budget would be a lot better. But
well, he's 15. Just take the boy to Epcot and let him eat some of the wide variety of food that they have there.
I don't know. Should we let him loose in the world of Coke?
Yeah, we should. Yeah.
Are we talking Atlanta or Pablo Escobar?
Epcot. They have all the drinks.
Club Cool.
Yeah.
Isn't that what's called Club Cool?
I think so. Yeah, they
the
have
dark
all
side
the
of Walt
drinks
Disney.
They even have they have the Beverly.
I was about to say, if it isn't legit if they don't offer Beverly.
They do. Beverly is there.
Yes. Settles your stomach. That's all it does. All right, well, as long as it stays down. So
it's because your soul is dissolving into your stomach from drinking it.
As Disney planned.
Yes.
Yeah, so we feel you. We're about to make that drive here very soon.
Like I said, they got a lot of supposedly exclusive like minifigures and stuff like that. So if you're in the hardcore collecting, that might be something to do. But I mean, they didn't have any nothing like too licensed. Like they have the Lego Movie stuff, but like they had Lego Movie, but there was no Lego Batman. So so all the licensed stuff from the Lego Movie is not present there, like as character form or ride or whatever.
Okay, so Emmett's there.
Oh yeah, Emmett. Yeah, because they own him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emmett, Lucy, Unikitty, Benny. Yeah, all the Lego characters. Yes.
Yeah. The stuff that came from the movie.
Yeah.
I will say, Bo, that I was super impressed. I'm glad that you shared the picture of this parking lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was like the hotel. Like they have a parking area for the like the people just at the park, but we stayed on site. So yeah, the parking reserved for the hotel guest. Yeah, it's completely covered with solar panels. I liked it. Like I said, it was nice that our car could sit out in the southern Florida heat and not get baked. But hey, they're getting power from it at the same time. So I thought that was very neat. I'm sure eventually. I mean, I would think more theme park areas would adopt that. I mean, you've got the property to do it. Yeah.
I was watching Marquez Brownlee on YouTube. What, Tesla's got a roof, a solar roof? Is that right, Kev?
Yeah, I've looked into it, of course.
Yeah, he installed it and did a comparison of what eats up what, and it was really interesting. I certainly wouldn't mind that.
The thing with Tesla, and I'll geek out here a little bit, but the thing with Tesla's roof is that you get an option to do solar panels like your traditional panels, and they have solar tiles. So basically, you could do it basically looks like a slate roof, like with it makes it look so it looks slate-ish. And depending on what areas need to have sun, you could either have a regular non-solar tile or a solar tile. And you really can't tell the difference. That's the whole idea, is that it's solar and you can't tell that it's solar. So if you're in like a bougie neighborhood or something and you want to change and you want to have a different, more eco-friendly roof and a more sustainable roof like that, you can get one of these that's going to last you probably for 40 years, and it'll pay itself back in X amount of time. But they offer that, and then they offer like I said, solar panels, and then of course the batteries and things like that too. So
cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very nice. Well, Bo, anything else you've been up to, or that was enough?
That's it. Yeah, that and what we're gonna talk about what we did last night.
Right.
That's beyond
Yeah.
it.
We'll do that in a minute. Nixie, how about you? You been up to anything like in the last year? We
Not
usually
really.
go every 2 weeks, but what's that?
Not really.
Okay.
All right.
Nixie
I'm
just
existing, man.
he just stays in his trees.
That's right.
It's just like I said earlier. It's like we crack him open like last year's can of beanie weenies, and then bring him back out here, and then he does some ghost stories, and then he goes back in the can.
I'm Halloween's Mariah Carey.
Oh, well, we won't do anything long because we really haven't done much.
Yeah.
Just regular, adulting stuff last couple of weeks. But the last episode we, bashed on FedEx.
Well, I was gonna say we have been watching a couple of horror movies. So.
Yeah, let's get the FedEx thing out of the way
Okay,
first.
go ahead.
So FedEx screwed up again. But that's okay. I'm not going to hate on them too much because I actually got what I ordered this time, and I would have probably gone to FedEx HQ in Memphis and strangled somebody if I didn't, because this arrived and Bo got to touch this last night.
Yes.
Same picture that Michael Keaton touched. Ooh.
I did ask for him to try to scan for fingerprints on that.
Yeah, we have not dusted for Michael Keaton's fingerprints, but if you're watching on YouTube, yeah, I got an 11 by 14 of Michael Keaton as Batman.
Make yourself big.
Believe me, I eat enough food to do that.
Well, for the YouTube viewers.
For the YouTube viewers. All right, let's see.
Let them see that. Let them see that.
There we go.
Yeah, look. So you can see the signature.
Look at that. Look at that gorgeous
Love
signature.
that signature.
I've got an autographed picture, and I'm making kind of a collage. I've got an autographed picture of Jack Nicholson as the Joker that I've had for 20 plus years.
Yeah, your wall,
and then what's that?
I was saying I remember admiring it on your wall. You were previously at.
Yeah, so I've got an 8x10 of Nicholson autographed as the Joker, and now this 11 by 14 of Keaton as Batman, as you can see with the Joker in the monitors and the Bat computer in this cave. And I've also got an 11 by 14 of Kim Basinger as Vicky Vale with in the Belfry with Jack Nicholson. So it's going to be a Joker themed collage. I'm going to have a photo mats. It'll look good. I'll show you when I get done with it.
Now you're only missing the most important piece, and that's Robert Wool.
I couldn't find a picture, man. I need a bigger lens, longer lens. So, but if I get him, great. If not,
I know
I'm okay. He's a side character for me.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I love him in the movie.
Oh no, I know what you mean. I'm just being.
Yeah. Did he have any scenes with the Joker?
Closest he got to him, I would think, would be the parade scene. I would think that's closest interaction. But I never
Yeah, and I'm trying to focus this on.
I got you.
Focus this on Nicholson. So all the pictures have him in it. So, but FedEx they tried to deliver that at night I had it sent to Jess's office, because I was really concerned after the last 2 times they screwed up here at the house. And they they tried to deliver it to her office at 8:30 at night.
Yeah. We were closed.
Yeah, a little bit.
We closed.
We closed. I tried to stay a little longer because it was on Monday, and I normally work later on Monday nights than I do the rest of the week. But it's just said, that Monday by end of day. Well, what is considered FedEx's end of day?
Well, 8:30 at night, apparently.
Apparently so.
So they delivered it the next day, but not without prompting of, hey, check your truck again.
So I had just happened to be standing at the front counter of our office when I saw this person come in, and this person handed me a box, and I looked at it and I said, hey, this isn't even our address. So the delivery person comes and looks at the box like, what? honey, this isn't our address. Oh, okay. Hang on. So she goes back out. She brings in another envelope for our office, which is correct. I was like, yeah, this is us. This is us. Good. She goes, oh, I think I got 2 more things on the truck for y'all. I was like, okay.
How does she
So
not know that? Like,
look,
they literally have handhelds that tell them what to
Kev,
do.
I
Even USPS has that.
I understand every part. Look, the first box, like I said, the first box she brings into the office, it wasn't even like I could understand if it was our street address and maybe the street number was wrong. No. This has nothing to do anywhere within the vicinity of where she was dropping this box off at. So, but go back to her coming back inside and she's bringing this huge flat envelope. I was like, there it is. I knew what it was coming in the office, along with another box that Brock had delivered to my office.
Every day last week, apparently. Hasbro Pulse is fulfilling all those pre-orders, and I'm watching my bank account cry.
Yeah.
And Jess's coworker's going, again?
Well, she hands me the packages. They are safely in my hand. But one thing that Brock requested about this delivery was that it had to have a signature. Do you think she asked me to sign for it? No. So
I
didn't bring it up because thankfully the person that is to be receiving of the package was the one that took the package, but the principle of it.
Yeah,
the whole thing of signing packages now is the same as like signing like receipts or signing the back of your credit card. Like no one cares. They don't care.
UPS cares.
Yeah.
UPS has always requested a signature when they've delivered something from Sideshow, especially Sideshow.
Well, UPS also pays their employees to care.
Yeah. Yeah. So this was a young lady, apparently, who is this FedEx driver that does not have her bearings about her. So
Yes.
I'm beginning to wonder if she's the one that screwed up those 2 orders at two different addresses that were not ours, 2 different cities.
That's what I told Brock. I said, if this is the person that is making these missed deliveries around town, I totally get it now.
Yeah.
I get it. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. So I did, and we'll wrap up the FedEx story.
Yeah.
I did leave feedback about this delivery in the FedEx app, gave them 4 out of 5 stars for actually delivering it to the right place. But in the comments section, would you like to compliment your driver? And I said, no, but I would like to tell your driver, please learn your delivery routes, your addresses, learn your neighborhoods. You're screwing a lot of stuff up. I am normally not a vindictive person or somebody who leaves negative things. I always try to be positive, but FedEx is on my naughty list for Christmas this year for sure.
We have the hope that they take that comment and use it as a training tool.
Yeah.
For training purposes.
I've even gone so far as being on the phone with FedEx customer service during all this stuff and told them over the phone, you need to fire your drivers. You really need to fire the drivers that are servicing in our area because they are terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to release, like last year around Halloween time, we released a video where we went to the Pickens County Courthouse to show you the face in the window. I apologize for that. We did a video last year. We did something last night. We're going to show you another video before Halloween that we did this weekend, and there's a FedEx sign hanging up in this establishment, and it's like, we walked right past it and got to see it and comment on it. So
yep.
FedEx, until you get your act together, we're gonna.
I'm very leery of you right now. Very leery.
Yeah. So I know y'all were used to us bashing on Walmart, and so now it's gone to FedEx. And I'm sorry, we try not to bash.
I was about to say we haven't bashed on Walmart in a while.
No.
They've been good.
They've actually been doing fairly decent.
Yeah.
Walmart's been getting a thumbs up from us lately.
Yeah.
Including today when we stopped by Walmart after church today. I'm just like, no issues.
Yeah.
Except the lady checking the receipts at the door because I had to buy air filters for the house, and so if you can't put it into a bag, they check your receipt. And so we're walking, without coats or whatever. And the lady at the door, she's got on a hat and mittens and everything else. I mean, it's like 60 something degrees outside.
Wonderful.
It felt great. And she's like, she looked at us as she's checking the receipt. She said, y'all aren't cold. Y'all aren't, you're not wearing jackets or anything. We're like, it's not cold.
This is the weather that I crave right here. This is
was
perfect.
she 85 years old?
No, she was like close to our age.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
I will say this: I'm going to give her the absolute benefit of the doubt because she is standing right in front of that door all day.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some breezes blowing in. Maybe she doesn't eat enough green beans or something, or get enough iron in her blood. I don't know. But she was a sweetheart.
Yeah.
She was just like, "Where's your coats?"
Yep.
Like,
she's a nice lady.
Yeah. Yeah. Walmart's been good lately.
And other than that, just like I said, I was just going to say we just been watching some horror movies here around the house lately.
Now we're going to get into the Halloween talk.
Yeah, we're moved into that. Well, this is our transition into the spooky season talk here. So, we have watched Bride of Frankenstein. We have watched They Live, which Brock wasn't a fan of, but it's cool. Whatever.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's just for all the Ghostbusters fans who have seen it, and for the people who haven't seen it, that the PKE meter from Ghostbusters shows up in this movie, and they use it as a walkie-talkie backwards.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense to a Ghostbusters fan.
But it's funny though to see it used like that.
Mm-hmm.
We've also watched Silver Bullet, and we've watched The Birds. So we were trying to get better about our spooky season, our horror movie viewing for the season. So,
and my kids have never really watched a horror movie, and so when they were up here last weekend, they wanted to see a good one, but my kids don't like gore and things like that, so I'm not going to show them like Saw or anything. But my daughter's really into psychology, and so she's like, what's going to be a good psychological thriller for me? And I said, oh, there's hands down Psycho. And so yeah, it was in 1960. If you haven't seen it, I don't know the premise, sorry, I'm about to spoil it. She figured out Norman Bates like within the first 20 minutes of him being on screen. I mean, nailed that. Oh, did he stuff his mother? Does he dress up as his mother? Does he think is his? And I'm like, okay, as straight face, didn't say anything. But yeah, she pegged it right off the bat.
I will say, we used to make fun of it. We mentioned this a little bit earlier, but we used to make fun of this movie because it was really huge when it came out, and it was such a low budget. But the Blair Witch Project, that's another goreless one. There's another goreless one that especially folks that are younger generation that didn't experience that when it came out. That's a legitimately scary movie. Scare the dickens out of you.
Yeah. Just for language reasons, I'm going to give my son a few years on that.
Yeah,
because they love that F word in that movie. But yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think probably when my daughter goes to college, sit her down next October, maybe.
And that's another one that plays on the psychological part.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
There's another really good one that you could show them. It's a movie called It Follows.
It Follows. Okay.
All
Y'all have to look into that. It's like the whole premise of the movie is it's goreless. The whole premise of the movie is there is a creature that it relentlessly follows you. It's fairly innocent until it gets close, and it's crazy and it's intense, and I can't tell you much about the movie without spoiling it, but it's definitely something you'd want to watch. I think this time of year, it's huge. It's called It Follows.
Okay. Well, we'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
We're doing a rewatch of a lot of old movies, especially Hitchcock.
Yeah.
I was Bride of Frankenstein that you brought up really threw me for a loop.
It did. He was a little surprised how the movie played out.
Because she's such an iconic character. She's on screen for like 5 minutes and then she's done. That's it. It's like, what? I wanted more of her. And there's no other movie with her?
No, that's it.
That breaks my heart. She was awesome.
Yeah.
Has she seen Poltergeist yet?
Oh.
No.
No, she has not.
It's goreless, but
that
movie will scare you.
Not when the dude goes to the bathroom. No, it's
what?
She's gonna look at it. Goes, Dad, why is the TV making that weird fuzzy thing
Oh,
pattern.
that's oh yeah.
Like the
Okay.
statics, like she doesn't know that.
No, what'll happen is she'll hear the name Carol Ann. Don't look into the light, Carol Ann, and she'll be like, "Isn't that your first fiance?"
Oh.
My first fiance's name was Carol Ann.
Well, as we talked about last year around this time about, scary movies and that are filmed in Alabama. We named off a couple of them, and in my research, apparently the Mobile and Fairhope area has become like little Hollywood when it comes to shooting horror movies. And there is another one that is about to film in that area. It's another Stephen King movie.
Hope it's better than Silver Bullet.
Well, and Silver Bullet was also your 80s Stephen King movie too, as well. It's still good movie, but
Without spoiling Silver Bullet really quickly, you see the werewolf at the very beginning of the movie. You find out who the werewolf is halfway through the movie, and the title of the movie tells you how they're going to kill the werewolf. It's so non-suspenseful.
Yeah, he was just kind of disappointed in the lack of suspense that came with it. So
yeah, I started playing Monopoly on my phone during the movie. After I learned who the werewolf was, I was like, okay.
I mean, you guys know that Final Destination, part of that was in Alabama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, exactly. Filmed in the same area too.
Mm-hmm.
But there is news out that there will be a new Stephen King movie filmed in the Fairhope, Mobile area. This one is going to be called Life of Chuck. It's probably going to release sometime next year, according to this. So the story pulled from King's collection, If It Bleeds, tells the backward biography of the titular character, beginning with his death from cancer and ending with his childhood spent living in a supposed haunted house. Two actors that are apparently tied to this currently are Tom Hiddleston and Mark Hamill.
Oh
So-
my gosh.
Kevin's going to take a field trip.
Hollywood comes to Alabama once again, so good for us.
Loki and
Yeah,
Luke.
man, I would love to
Loki.
meet Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, yes.
He's supposedly a sweetheart in real life.
I would love to meet that man.
So you got Loki and Luke in Lower Alabama.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. So that's yeah.
Oh, cool. Cool. Have you guys watched any good horror movies before we get into the dad jokes? And
I did want to mention one. Can I mention one real quick?
Yeah.
Do you guys have a Shudder subscription? Anybody?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Have you watched The Puppet Man yet?
Not yet.
Just came out on Shudder. That's one of the releases this year. I was actually going in expecting it to be like kind of a B flick. It's actually got really good production value and it's got a good story, which is pretty rare for Shudder.
Yeah, it is.
It's good.
It's called The Puppet Man.
Yeah, because I mean, I was literally playing a video game on one monitor and had it run on the other, and by the time it got going, I stopped playing the game and watched it, which should tell you everything you need. It's like it hooked me and pulled me in. It actually has a reasonably original story. I mean, it pulls from everything else. I mean, there's really nothing original anymore,
Right?
With stuff like that. But it's good. I would definitely recommend it if you see it on Shudder. Watch. It's called The Puppet Man.
All right. Well, once I finish writing papers this week, we've got an assignment.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
you're talking like horror movies and stuff in Mobile. There was a movie come out about 10 years ago called Oculus that has Karen Gillan. I haven't watched it, but I want to watch it. I know it's filmed in Fairhope and Mobile. That was another one.
I saw that on my list as well too. Yeah.